There's an American who's facing a minimum year in prison for bringing Manga to Canada on his laptop. I think that's the pronunciation. This is kind of like anime, except instead of animation, it's drawings, right? Is that my correct understanding, Lewis, of what Manga is?
I'm not really sure. It could be, yeah.
Very good. The Comic Book Legal Defense Fund announced in a press release that it's forming a coalition to support the defense of an American citizen facing criminal charges for Manga discovered on his laptop while crossing from the U.S. into Canada. If convicted, he faces a minimum of 1 year in prison for charges of child porn. So this opens up a very interesting question, Lewis, which is that the images at issue of supposed child pornography or of people underage engaging in sexual activity, they're all comics in this Manga style. No photographic evidence of criminal behavior is at issue. Mm-hmm. Regardless, a warrant was issued and the laptop was turned over to police. The American has been charged with possession of child porn and importation into Canada. If he's convicted, like I said, minimum of 1 year in prison. This could have far-reaching implications because this is a question of is it child porn if they are drawings? You see where I'm going with this. Is it really child? Does it fall under the letter? And does it fall under the spirit of child pornography laws? I don't actually know the answer.
We'd have to talk to someone who knows the law.
Not legally speaking, but just colloquially, in layman's terms. What's your sense of this?
No, I don't think it should qualify.
You don't think it should not?
No. I mean, it's just illustrations.
This is becoming a big issue. Sexual material in manga is being challenged in Japan and in other countries. And in 2007, there was a manga collector in Iowa who was charged under the PROTECT Act for protection of child porn, for possession of child porn, when customs officials intercepted and opened a package that was coming to him from Japan. They showed up at his house with a search warrant, charged him on a bunch of obscenity charges related to manga found in his collection. And despite a big-time defense from the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, he actually pled guilty and was sentenced to 6 months of prison time. And this somewhat in Japan goes back to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government passed Bill 156, which is any manga animation or pictures, but not including real-life pictures or footage, that features either sexual or pseudo-sexual acts that would be illegal in real life, or sexual or pseudo-sexual acts between close relatives whose marriage would be illegal, where such depictions and or presentations unjustifiably glorify or exaggerate the activity are illegal. So this is saying if you're depicting even in drawing something that would be illegal in real life.
So in Japan, this is illegal?
That's the law, Bill 156. Okay? Now here's the question. There are many novels that have no images, but they depict similar scenarios. They depict something where if you were to draw it, it would be similar child porn acts or incest acts that are illegal in real life.
Right.
Should those novels also be illegal? Should those fall under the same thing? Or is this just a visual thing? And then there's an argument to be made. Who cares? When you're reading the novel, you are creating a visual image of something in your mind. Why is it being distinguished from a comic book, for example, if both are fiction?
I think a lot of people would be split on this. But what do you think?
I think that it is very hard to draw the line at saying if it's a drawing of something completely fake, that it is completely different from a novel.
As a fictitious novel.
Very graphically describing some of these same scenarios. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to draw that line. I want to get your opinion on this. David at davidpakman.com or twitter.com/David Pakman Show. Facebook.com/David Pakman Show, anywhere. I really want to hear what people have to say about this because I can see strong cases being made for both sides. And speaking of Facebook, please log on to Facebook.com/David Pakman Show. Like the David Pakman Show. We're hoping to hit 2,000 likes is our next milestone. And Lewis will actually show us his bare foot instead of just his sandal.
Yeah, because people really want to see that.
Well, people want proof. Sometimes, Lewis, people contact me and they believe some things on the show are exaggerated, and many others actually are mad when they claim exaggeration is taking place. So we will prove once and for all. This is no joke about Lewis going barefoot in the studio. I can't figure out how to put an end to it. Back after this.